on his vice president, coming out with economic some figures during the time where the then vice president couldn't challenge him that much. People were saying that, yeah, let him now come to answer or come to counteract what he said. And Mr. Arthur, the late Mr. Arthur. Then he threw all the things that Baumia was saying, Dr. Baumia was saying, give them the impetus to win the election. Well, now he said that he has got more favorites. Is it because he was in Ashanti region? That's why he was saying that. Well, it is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so this is a lot more coming your way. We'll be opening the lines for you to add your points to the discussions at 12 o'clock. But before then, if you want to post your comments or anything, feel free to do so. You can post it on our Facebook page. Facebook is working, or you can text or WhatsApp it to us. It's 0753966144. 0753966144. Never give up. Reverend yourself. Yeah, we should be having Miss Olayomi Koiki joining us in just a few minutes. So get yourself together, and it's going to be a wonderful time. Stay tuned. Trust in Jesus. All right then. Never give up. Only believe. His promises are sure. Winners never win, and winners never quit. Trust in Jesus, your life will surely shine. Oh, never give up. No, never give up. Only believe. His promises are sure. Winners never win, and winners never quit. Trust in Jesus, your life will surely shine. Only believe. His promises are sure. Winners never win.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property, Yoruba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 and Canada office 4994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Business Show. BB means business. The show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business, but you were afraid to ask. How am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a like online.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy? energy to do.
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 29,
The driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Welcome back to the program. Pastor, special good morning to all our listeners in Uganda. From next week, we'll be bringing you updates from Uganda. Exactly at 10 at 11. So a segment from Uganda. It's in part of Africa as well. Yeah. We're covering all that side as well. So make sure you make any ordinary place, but a place of revelation where we know that with information, which is power, we are able to carry you along. So, once again, welcome to the show. So, once again, BB Clement with BB Means Business. And today, she will be looking at today's entrepreneur, the new entrepreneur mindset and skills. Don't be left behind. The new entrepreneur mindset and skill. With COVID and everything that has happened, I mean, things have changed greatly. So it cannot be same old, anything that you get the result that you were getting at the time. Now things have changed. So when they say, there's a saying in the Ghanaian parlance that when things change, you also change with it. So what do you think about that? Make sure you join BB Clement this afternoon exactly at 1:30 when she comes away with BB Means Business. And then with some music will be following suit. And exactly at 8 o'clock, the CEO program with Simeon Frazier will also be coming your way. So make a date with her as well. But let me acknowledge a couple of people who have joined us. Hafiz, Rizwan, Baspuri. Okay, good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining in as well. Okay, he has a Korean Academy. You want to be, educated on that front? Why not? Make sure you join in. Now, KOIKIMEDia, okay, yes, civil rights group on Monday berated politicians and the elites as 10 Nigerian politicians were implicated in the Pandora Papers for tax evasion. Those who are making lots of money deciding not to pay anything to the taxman. Well, they don't want to pay as much as they have to. But you, the little one, the little fly in the corner, come and see how the tax man will be coming after you like no man's business. Now you want to know more about all those things, how to, put your tax in order. So as a working class, you will not have the taxman coming after you. We have to make sure that on every Fridays exactly at 12:30, you join us on the Money Hour, where we have our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, coming your way with the Money Hour. So make a date with him. All right then. So continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. Whilst we wait for Mr. Olayomi Koiki to join in, let me bring you some of the other stories making the rounds in Nigeria. Mr. Olayomi Koiki should join us pretty soon, assuredly. Let me tell you that. Okay. So, okay, some of the stories that is making the rounds, apart from the ones that Mr. Olayomi Koiki has put across. President 65 traditional rulers endorse Tinubu. Okay. Traditional leaders endorsing Tinubu. We have the issue where we have the northern governors, we want who are saying that they government to also take part in the presidency, or somebody from the south to take over the presidency. They think that is not democratic enough, and therefore will not be interested in involving themselves in that. But well, we'll be bringing you more on that once we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki. I think he's joining in, but I can't see him And let me say, Yomi, I can't see you. I can't see you. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Hmm. Yes. How are you doing, sir? Okay, okay. Listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki for you, bringing you updates from Nigeria. Okay. Okay, so whilst we wait for to see him, whilst we wait to get an image coming through from our North London studios, he comes your way.
Let's switch over to the other one.
These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive from the beach, close to Crawford Senior High School and Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Okay, welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And now we've got Mr. Olayomi Koiki on. And let me say, welcome once again to Mr. Olayomi Koiki.
Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Archie, and a very great morning to all our viewers from around the globe. And we'd like to welcome you all to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Okay, and let me take the opportunity to say happy birthday to Paulina at yes, it's your birthday today. God will bless you. But now, let's go back to Mr. Life. But over the weekend, we had the Friday protest, the federal protest that went on. I promised listeners that we were going to give them some updates on that, what happened, everything from across the globe before we look at some of the stories that is speaking around. Over to you.
Well, you're quite right. Friday, that was meant to be a very great day for so many people, depending on the side you are. Because as we have to understand, we still have millions of people that believe that Nigeria can be workable, Nigeria can be fixed. Likewise, as millions of people also believe that it is time now that we bring Nigeria into the limelight of the international community when when we talk about the atrocity that is being committed as well. Well, quite a lot of people say, why should we not celebrate, Independence Day as against, the unity of the country? But that is not the same situation that happened in most part of the globe, where also, millions of people are disagreeing that the 61 years of Nigeria, nothing has really changed. I mean, the weather was not really on the side, but at some point the weather eventually calmed down. But I could tell you, as a celebration was happening in Abuja, celebration was happening in each of the state. We did talk about that on Friday morning when I was discussing with you. But after we left and I got back home, I saw quite a lot of the state governors paraded, some of their different, event plan for Friday. And like I said, same thing happened in Abuja, at the Eagle Square. And likewise, I think the next day I was able to see, the presidency attending like an event that was put together for the 61st anniversary. But a lot of people are still reviewing some of what the president said on the 1st of October in regarding the the speech, which some are say it seems those that wrote the speech would have been smoking some kind of weed.
Well, I think that this program sounds kind of free. Somebody say something like, I talked about that on the hand about space. So maybe something like maybe I say they are drunk or they are high on something that's what they are doing. But for sure, that is the mind of the presidency. How are they going to be dealing with people who are fighting for their existence? Especially in this case, we talk about the people who are in Yoruba and people as well. What do you think about that? But were there any crackdown on demonstrators in Nigeria at all?
Well, I mean, we saw few, few protests, especially in Abuja. We saw tear gas was released on them. I'm not sure if any were kidnapped or arrested, if we want to put it that way. But what I can say is, quite a lot of people that came out in Abuja, were part of those from the Buhari must go, the revolution now. But like I said, they were eventually dispersed, by the tear gas of the Nigerian police. And in other states, there was not much because in the southeast of Nigeria, the Biafra were more of a sit down at home, so there was less confrontation between them and the security operatives in Nigeria.
Okay. Listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki, which will bring you some of the updates of events celebrating the 61st anniversary of Nigeria's independence. And I'm saying good morning to Frederick Akwoko, Sakina Latin as well. It's outside of the result during that. The party stew. Okay. Now, as the tensions rises in Southeast, military begins operation against killings and others. I mean, sometime last week, they were promising that would. I mean, they were telling the military or the security agencies to arm themselves. I mean, get their ears on and then crack down on people who are being inside things. Well, they've done that. Who are they targeting?
Well, who are they targeting? I mean, it's about the Southeast has been on a kind of a tension for some time now. We've seen the unknown gunmen, which also, the Imo State Governor Uzodima has pointed finger as they are not the Biafra, as a lot of people are putting that, impression. These are also, according to the Imo State Governor, when some of the prisons, police stations, and INEC offices were burned down, of some of interest to bring down, the government of Imo State. It's not just in Imo State. This is happening in almost every part of, of Southeast. Yesterday, we were unable to come on air yesterday, but I can tell you, over the weekend, we saw another set of DSS offices were burnt down. The Federal Road Safety Commission offices were burnt down, and likewise, one of the advisor in Lagos State, Joe Igbokwe, house was also burnt down. I mean, it's not the first time that we are seeing all these, but the army indicate this at the military now said, that we began this operation in Southeast as part of the effort to address, some of the rising insecurity in the region. Likewise, we've seen, videos of, maltreatment prior to today of the military, dealing with almost everybody as Biafrans and IPOB members. And likewise, I was watching another video that popped up where some part of the, southeast, the cattle herders were kind of chased away, but eventually the military came back, and you could tell that the men that were flogged must have been well flogged, from the videos that popped up. Yes, in Enugu, the state capital, hoodlums had a field day as they were rampage in the process of enforcing the sit-down at home. Likewise, there has been worsened insecurity in the southeast. Also, since a lot of people believe that the situation with the arrest of the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as well.
Okay. Let's start with you. It's our Olayomi Koiki, which will bring you updates from Nigeria. Archie, now we'll go on to have a discussion of the other story that's going around. Now we'll talk about the presidency. It has some blood saying that if it goes to the south, have somebody from the south being the president, the maybe to appease those in the south, and therefore all this that's going on between schools section and stuff like that will need to stop. But we don't see that because those in the north are saying that no, that is not democratic. No, no, we have got a majority. Let the majority speak. The majority still wants the president to be. Then that is how it's going to be. What has been their response, Professor?
Well, in terms of where they, I mean, it's going to get interesting as the day go by, and let's look at our countdown on Star Radio UK in terms of 2023. How many days and months and seconds we are away. As of today, the 5th of October 2021, we are now just about 493 days, 13 hours, 38 minutes, 37 seconds before 2023. Quite a lot of different ethnic groups, want the presidency to be switched to them, not literally mean the southeast or the southwest, even the middle belt are now saying, they have the opportunity to also have a presidency as well. But all that will be decided by each of these political party to determine where, the presidency will be zoned to. Whether PDP will try to zone it to the northern part of the country, time will tell. Whether APC will be zoning it to the southeast or the southwest, to please some of the ongoing current situation, or like I said in that update, the northern groups have kicked again zoning 2023 presidency. So there's a lot of tension as we're going into some of the crucial time of an election that is coming up in a country like Nigeria, which is going to be quite interesting, to determine whether election will hold. As some say, the 1999 Constitution is not valid to hold another election, but the political parties continue with their process of making sure that they have a candidate in readiness for 2023. Just like most of them are having crisis, the PDP crisis, why NEC must reject the zoning committee report. So you can see that as 2023 is getting closer, the tension is also building up. I've listened again continuously, to the leader of the Pan African, social cultural group, political group rather, Pa Adebanjo say, without a kind of review of the constitution, election was not hold. I mean, we're just about 493 days. Is the country going to truly review the constitution to put into the amendment that they believe that the country can be restructured, and that would also dose off the tension between those that want a self-determination to opt out of Nigeria, as against those that want a new Nigeria, as against those that also believe that a 2023 general election will probably solve the problem. So we are now in a fourth crucial stage of Nigeria. We have those that believe that 2023 general election must be zoned to the north. Some say it has to be zoned to the southwest. Some say it has to be zoned to the southeast, as against those that want the country to be restructured, as likewise those that say enough is enough. It is time now that the whole union be dissolved and everybody goes their own different ways, and we can walk back again after that dissolvement of the country.
But do you think that maybe if they give the presidency to the South, I mean, South Africa as the president, and then that person can say that, okay, if you want to leave the union, then I give you a chance for a referendum. What do you think? Do you think that maybe that will convince those in the South who want out of their union?
Well, the question is that most of the Southwest politicians are not talking in that direction. Maybe if they're talking that direction, maybe that might, kind of give a kind of a leaning to those actually, demanding the self to determination right. But again, those have to be, something that they have to say. But one thing is that we've seen that most of the demand in terms of those that believe that the resources that belongs to those that needs to be used has been something that most of the the southwest and the southeast governors have been talking about. And let's look at in terms of the value added tax. Just over the weekend, as of yesterday again, the southeast governors have also adopted the same thing with the southwest. Only the northern part of the country is not really happy and pleased with this. But I can tell you that as South governors resolve to join the VAT collection suit. So the South Governor Forum declared support for the state collection of value-added tax as ordered by the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt. The forum, comprising governors from the 6 oil-rich Niger State, River, Edo, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Delta, made the declaration after a closed-door meeting at the government house in Port Harcourt. So you can see that the pressure is kind of bubbling. So, and then most of them are not just on the PDP or APC. Some of them are also on AFGA party. But again, the pressure to 2023, it's already building up.
Now, interestingly, let me say good morning to President Chidi as well. But some school of thought, I mean, some of people just listening to what the president will be asking them the reason why the northern countries are not in favor of the party. Why are they not?
Well, the position of the northern governors has always been, that the unity of the country, must continue, and then that means that having these kind of value-added tax, situation is not really good, for the country. But again, the 5 northern states joined the FRS in a VAT dispute. We do know that 5 northern state governors believe that the federal inland revenue, which is in position to take the this value added tax, as all eyes are fixed for the Supreme Court, which is going to determine the verdict of the value added tax dispute between the federal government of Nigeria and the River State. Indication emerged that the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and the government of Adamawa, Plateau, and Kaduna State will join the Federal Inland Revenue, known as the FRS, in its appeal against the judgment of the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt. So, what for the listeners around the globe, what has happened is the High Court in Port Harcourt has given the judgment that yes, you can go ahead and collect your value-added tax. And the beauty of it is, the government says no. We will take this to the Supreme Court. The outcome of that will make a lot of impact, in terms of whether the Supreme Court will still align with what the Port Harcourt High Court have said. All that, but one thing is, most of the northern governors believe that they will also put their weight behind the federal inland revenue.
Well, one of these days we're going to have a time. I think it will be on Niger versus where we are looking into this VAT. If Nigeria is one big one country, and the federal system, I mean, federal states have a mandate, whatever. And there's some place that have a better economy. And all that, and then we will need to have the time to go through. But it is already looking, it's already in our normal listeners, Archie here, and some babies to join us doing the program, but because you are white. Now let's look at the Pandora big age. Well, I got a list of various politicians and evading tax in Nigeria. Who are the politicians who appear there?
Well, it's still, something that a lot of Nigerians are probably waking up, to talk about that. But before we go into that, I can also say that, the headline or the breaking news coming out now says EFCC arrest the governor of Kano's wife, Ganduje, over bribery, land fraud, and allegation. What we know is that, the Economic and Financial Crimes has arrested Afisat Ganduje, the wife of Kano State Governor Umaru Ganduje. Just about 2 weeks ago, they were here in London, while one of their sons just graduated from a university here at about £18,500 a year. As at the time, she was being questioned, on an allegation from their own son, to the EFCC. So this is quite interesting. According to reports, she was arrested on Monday evening over a bribery and land fraud case reported by her own son, Abdulaziz Ganduje. So the Ganduje wife had earlier been invited to report to the EFCC Abuja headquarters on September the 13th, but she failed to honor that invitation. Rather, she was here in London while the son was, graduating from the university. In this petition, Abdulaziz, the governor's son, had said it was approached by property developer to facilitate the acquisition of some of the plot of land in Kano with some hundreds of thousands of US dollars as commission. He said 3 months later, the property developer discovered that the plot of land he paid for had been allocated to other buyers and he requested for refund. Abdulaziz said the mother refused to honor the request, straining the relationship between him and the developer. So you can see that it turned to a kind of a family dispute there, but brought out to the to the open market. But let's go back to the question you did ask in terms of yeah. APC. So let's look at the Pandora Papers implicated rather Peter Obi and 9 others. Peter Obi was the former governor of Anambra State. A man that has also wanted to be a president at some point as well. According to the civil rights groups on Monday, berated politicians and the elites as 10 Nigerian politicians were implicated in the Pandora paper for tax evasion. I was listening to you before coming on air. I don't have a property that I'm hiding as well, but I'm sure so many of the Nigerian politicians, like the former, governor of Ibori, that was one time also jailed there in the UK, is back in Nigeria as a big man, as a businessman. But we do know that most of the money that was used was part of the fraud, and people like that were hiding money from different parts as well. They were among hundreds of individuals from other countries indicted by the paper for hiding their wealth and assets in what we know as the offshore location to evade tax. The civil rights organization, including Transition Monitoring Group and the Center for Public Accountability, said reports show deep-rooted corruption in Nigeria. The Pandora paper is an investigation based on one of the biggest ever leak of financial documents, which has exposed hidden world of shielded wealth belonging to hundreds of politicians and also billionaires. We will see how this is going to go, but one of those names is the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, which participated in the, and also according to Premium Time, which participated in the investigation, because remember, it's about 600 journalists from different parts of the globe. Obi, a former vice president candidate, of the People's Democratic Party in 2019, was said to have used a Monaco-based foreign account X International to incorporate an offshore entity in one of the world's most notorious tax haven. And this is the same man that have come all the time to say he saved a lot of money during the time that he was a governor of Anambra State. Maybe some of those money were probably also eaten away under tax evasion.
No, maybe if he had not tried to, he lowered the bound. He's stealing. That's why I said our money is about the money. If you have gone all out, what Nigeria will know what we are seeing now. But well, it is time really to take a look at the current radio station in life. So, like Koiki, our planet is Archie here. In our side, planet studios, I'll bring you update from Nigeria. What else is going on in Nigeria?
What else is going on in Nigeria? While we are also looking at what is going on in Nigeria, there was another, journalist, a brilliant investigative journalist that, exposed what is also now trending on Twitter in Nigeria as what we call NASCO. NASCO is a company. I don't know whether you have already come across it, but there was a 96-year-old man that died, the founder of this business in Nigeria. He died in Italy rather, but the business is based in Plateau State. I have gone through these, thorough, put together, brilliant journalism work, and I can tell you, NASCO, that is a cornflakes biscuit producing all sorts in Nigeria, was indicted in America as well. Eventually, the American government, for whatever reason, lifted that name out without mentioning it back, has been funding terrorism in Nigeria. A lot of names have come out of that particular, article that has been read by millions of Nigerians from different parts of the globe. Let's go into it a little bit. What is the link between, NASCO biscuit founder, ally of a terror link, Buhari's minister, Patami, others funding terror cells as far back as 2002 before the emerge of Boko Haram. Hassan is a founding member of Izala movement and also the current chairman of its board of trustees and the chairman of the Katsina State Gibawa chapter. Just a little bit into this, particular, conversation that has been going on for the last 72 hours. An investigative reported by a Nigerian journalist, David Odonye, has revealed how the late NASCO Group's multimillionaire founder, Ahmed Idris Nasaruddin, and Yakubu Musa Kafancha, also known as Sheikh Yakubu Musa Kastina, an ally of Nigerian terror-linked Minister of Communication and Digital Economy Isa Ali Patami, funded Islamic terror cells as far back as what we now call Boko Haram that came back to Nigeria after a terrorist jihad training in Algeria. According to the report published on the West African Weekly, Hassan is the founding member of Izala movement and also the current chairman of his board of trustees. They were alleged to have funded the activities of people like Kabiru Sokoto. There was a bomb blast in December 2011, and during investigation, Kabiru Sokoto was able to tell. This happened. Masterminded the Christmas Day bombing at St. Teresa Roman Catholic Church during the Christmas Day of 2011 in Madala in Niger State, which killed about 36 Christians. The report said Nasaruddin, an Eritrean who moved to Jos in Nigeria Plateau State, grew his father's small manufacturing business into what we call about $460 million business, involving everything from breakfast cereal, confectionery, to pharmaceutical, real estate, and energy. After many years of growth and success, he eventually handed his flourishing business empire to one of his sons, Atta Nasaruddin, and he retired at a very old age, where he eventually died at the beginning of this year, March, in Italy. But there's a lot that a lot of people never knew about him, which has now been revealed. The question then is, if an average journalist was able to come up with this information, why then is it taking longer for the Nigerian government of this present one reveal the names of those behind the sponsor of a terrorist group known as Boko Haram in Nigeria that have created havoc, killed many millions of Nigerians as we speak today? So that is the question a lot of Nigerians are asking the Nigerian government this morning. Let's quickly go through some of the other headlines. I'm going to come back straight to you in the studio. It is exactly 11:38. PDP zoning committee submit report to the NWC. Also, like we did say earlier, the Northern Group kicks against zoning 2023. Governance says about art, not age, gender, says Oshiomhole. This was one time Edo State governor. He was in London some few weeks ago with his very beautiful wife. But one thing about them is they have opportunity to come here and they see how life is, but they've not done the same thing for millions of people in Nigeria. Jonathan seeks independence for Africa electoral bodies. That is also coming from the headline. Edo Assembly confirms commissioner, nominees, and others. And likewise, Dogara has spent. This is the former during the 8th Senate. Dogara has spent 300 million naira birthday gift on those in the IDP education, according to his aide. So we take two more from the headline this morning. I'm going to come back again to you in the studio. Abuja estate panics as robber raid Dunamis church and also stab the guard. This is part of the the situation that happened in Nigeria, and the Federal Capital Territory is nowhere as well. Fair grip resident on the district center estate, phase 1, Kubwa in Barawal Area Council of Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, following the invasion of the Dunamis International Gospel Center by suspected robbers yesterday. The hoodlums were said to have stabbed the security guard, identified only as John in the stomach, ripped off his intestine, and the gang member numbering over 10 were said to have arrived in the church from the shanties and slums in the neighborhood. And this is the question. Nigeria have about 1,960 porous brothers. Who are these individuals? How do we track them down when the system does not even have a good border system, not to talk about a CCTV to have picked up what happened? A source said they demand money and search the premises, adding that they became angry when they could not find anything. What are you going to find in the church? He said the incident happened around 3 a.m. on Monday. The robbers came and John tried to resist them, but during the fracas, he was overpowered and stabbed in the stomach.
And then with impunity, aside from that. Got you, I feel done. Say thank you. God bless all. And God bless you for listening. Right here, Star Radio, you can step Olayomi Koiki for you bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, let's quickly go on to what is happening on social media. First of all, how did you feel yesterday when
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm going to talk about that because a lot of Nigerians were more worried and concerned whether the federal government of the government decided to shut down the system, when this was happening. So a lot of Nigerians went into the panic mode. Yes, I knew, something went wrong while I was broadcasting just before 3:45 p.m. yesterday. My Facebook transmission went down, and I thought maybe we've already exhausted the 4 hours permitted on the transmission on Facebook. Then after a while, after I finished that broadcast, I realized that the YouTube was still operating, and then I went on Twitter, and then yes, I saw it there on AFP just about 10 minutes that there's been a kind of transmission. Yes, a lot of Nigerians use these in communicating, especially to their loved ones across the globe. But I can only say that I'm sure more people will be excited that the WhatsApp is back. I then realized that there was a more huge going into Telegram. More messages were flowing through it, but it's kind of come back again where more Nigerians. But what is trending as we speak right now is the WhatsApp also trending in Nigeria. But the most important thing is people are now saying, have I been buying cereal from a terrorist organization to feed my family and then for them to come back and kill the community? So a lot of Nigerians are really upset about it. So let's take some of the the tweet coming out. Onye Nkuzu, I have noticed that some of the Nigerians elsewhere foreign friends have totally ignored the expose on the NASCO, its record of sponsoring terrorism, and jumped straight to the Panama Papers. Am I surprised? No. I understood what side they were playing for as far back as 2013. Also, from one of those, again, yes, when you read the story of NASCO linked to terror and jihad financing, you realize how shallow Nigerian media houses like Mobile Punch, Daily Post, Premium Times, and The Sun, and no investigative journalists there, but brown envelope journalists like Abati 1990 spewing garbage. I'm going to take one more as well because this is really a very big news to so many Nigerians that must have read through. With this NASCO news, it is only Gary I can trust right now. Have a fruitful day. So Gary means the cassava that is turned into finishing product. Is Gary is one of the cheapest, but like I said to you, it's quite expensive now. So more people are now saying, I would rather not take cornflakes. I would rather go for Gary, which is cassava with a bit of granite, cold water if you can find one. If there's electricity, if otherwise, you suck it that way, and that way you're not also supporting those companies that are being used to terrorize and kill millions of Nigerians. This is Star Radio UK. I'll come back now to you in the studio.
Yes, listen, it's so like, but you know, not like this super spot money. Before we go, has the government responded to this NAPO list of, what, sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria? Have they responded to it at all? Up to now, asking you, in the past few weeks, they had said nothing about it. We thought they could come out and say that, well, these are people who have done so sponsoring terrorism, and therefore we couldn't crack down on them. They didn't talk about that. The president never said that. I think it's the president as we speak. You read that talking about success in this thing. How did we crack down on all. What have been the response from that?
Well, it's not surprising that the presidency will probably ignore that. As I speak to you right now, President Buhari at the inauguration of the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa, which is what is happening at the moment from Femi Adesina. Also, the president urged peace, stability in Ethiopia as the prime minister. I mean, you wonder why he's asking peace and stability in another country when there's instability, insecurity, killings, in education, no welfare. And as we speak right now, the presidency refused to give the names of those behind the sponsor of one of the most deadliest terrorist group in the world currently in Nigeria. that have killed many of the military as well, ambushing and also. But I can tell you, the response from the headline that I just said, presidency, President Muhammad Buhari is saying that there must be peace and stability. But somebody say he's preaching for peace in a foreign land, whereas his home country is in perpetual turmoil.
Well, Nigeria is perpetual turmoil. Well, looking for to it. I said that again. Thank you very much for joining us. Yomi, before you go.
Somebody say Gari Jebu, which is where I am coming from. I mean, I'm from that particular side, is the best that you can ever drink.
Gary, I love Gary. You know, don't play that I'm talking to Gary. We want some milk to with some sugar and some peanuts and they go back. They have it fine. I think this I'm done. I need to have some milk. That's all. All right, Yomi, have a top of the day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye for now. Don't touch the dial because you still have Archie to take you through the last segment of the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'll be back again same time tomorrow from a different location. Bye for now.
Well, let's see that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing up this from Nigeria.
Different location. Bye for now.
Yes, bye-bye. Well, listeners, that was Mr. Olayomi Koiki bringing you updates from Nigeria. It's now gone, 14 minutes to the top of the